Jesus Christ, you people suck. Wow. Wolverine on it.
Back in the days when we played video games, it was hardcore for the nerdy and lazy. Now things have changed and all our video games are also for the casual and lady. But that's okay, you know the score. We told you a million times before. Playing consoles, not just games, is in the past. And every week you listen to the best damn internet radio crew. It's the N4G podcast. It's the N4G podcast.
All right, it's time for another week. N4G Radio. This is episode 712 for August 29th, 2022. And on the show this week, we got the Wombat,
Yep.
and we got Terrence.
Yep.
And everybody else said, fuck you. Anthony's out there staining a deck, is what he said he was doing.
It's wild because I need to do that to mine. when he mentioned it, I looked out my window and I was like, damn it.
My grass is getting long, but I was like, today it's 90, and then like on Wednesday it's like almost 70. I think I'll wait.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't want to do any more 90.
I can't wait on mine. I got to cut mine today, even though it's going to be hot.
I just can't, man. Like I did the last time I did it, it was like 90 plus, and it was just miserable. I'm like, I'll wait. If the city sends me a letter, then it's just like a warning. It's fine. It ain't that long. It'll be fine. But anyway, might as well kick this up. We got a lot of video games to talk about. We got a lot of news because it was Gamescom. And boy, Sony done fucked up and did some shit, and we'll talk about that later too. But we'll kick off with video games. Oh, you know what? I don't know if this has ever happened, but Wombat, I'm gonna start with you.
That 100% has never happened before.
I'm excited to be here for this first. Let me tell you. All right.
I'll tell you what, we're what? What episode number did you say?
712.
So 712 episodes in, you guys are still getting a first.
Damn. That's quality
crazy
content.
Right.
So, unfortunately, you're not going to get a first that has much substance. So, I played more Cyberpunk. I am now through Act 1, which, by the way, really satisfying. Act 1. Like, I really like the way they sort of set everything up there at the end. I thought the way the mission played out was pretty fun. I'm really digging where they're going with the story so far. So, I'm excited to play more of that. I know I've got a long trek ahead of me, but I've now started doing some side quests and stuff too. So the game's kind of opened up a little bit more now. So, been playing a decent amount of that. And then really that's it in terms of console games that I've played, which probably works out because I know you guys have a lot to talk about. I did though play, I don't normally talk about mobile games on here, but I did play one that I'd like to talk about for just a second. So I started playing this game called Survivor.io, on mobile. And it is a really fun, satisfying mobile game. It's kind of like the only way I was trying to think before the show how I would describe it. And the only way I can think to describe it is, you know how in like a tower defense game, as you kill enemies, you get gold and then you can use that gold to upgrade your towers. It's kind of like that, except you're the tower. So your little character is running around fighting off these massive waves of zombies, and little robot things and, monsters, various monsters. And, as you kill them, they drop these little gems that you can pick up. They level you up. Every time you level up, you get, basically your choice of 3 upgrades. And so there are upgrades that will increase the power of your weapon attack. There are upgrades, and it's an auto attack, so you don't have to hit an attack button. It just automatically attacks. So there are buttons that will enhance that, or power-ups that will enhance that. There are power-ups that will create these like blades that spin around you, power-ups that will create a force field around you, or will send like a soccer ball bouncing all over the place. And then there are like defensive and support upgrades as well, that make you so you don't take as much damage, give you more health, stuff like that. But the neat thing is that you can level each one of those up as well, and the various support power-ups actually can combine with the offensive power-ups if you have corresponding ones, and it'll actually evolve into a new power, or like a more powerful power. So it's really, really fun. And the missions, they're all timed, and the goal is to survive the entire time limit in order to beat the mission. And normally they're 15 minutes. There's a couple of them that are 8. And it's, the goal is to survive the entire time. And it's really fun. The microtransaction stuff is not in your face. It's similar, you can buy loot boxes or whatever. You can pay for gems, but there's really only 2 different kinds of currency. So it doesn't go over the top with 16 different types of currency to level stuff up. The interface is really clean. It's not like super crowded and junky. There's obviously, I don't pay for stuff in mobile games with microtransactions, but there hasn't even been a time in this yet. I've been playing it for about a week now. There hasn't been a time yet where I thought, man, it's sort of gating my progress because I'm not willing to pay. It seems to be progressing me just fine, even though I don't use real money. So it's a fun little time waster. I'd recommend checking it out if you like tower defense games, or if you like sort of really if you want anything mobile that you can just kill some time with. Yeah, so it's Survivor.io is the name of the game, and yeah, it's really fun. You should check it out if you have iOS.
I downloaded it as you were talking about it. I've been seeing ads for it like on Twitter and stuff, but they put so many, mobile game ads on there.
I know.
That you just start skipping them. You know what I mean? You don't even look at them for real. So the fact that, because I remember seeing is that you giving it your stamp, I was like, oh, well, shoot. So yeah, I'm gonna mess with it.
I'm enjoying it a lot, and it's like I said, I can't stand. I've mentioned it on the podcast before. I can't stand mobile games that are just like oppressive with the 18 million different types of currency, and you got these things can only open this type of loot box, and it doesn't really have that. At least not in the time that I've spent with it, and I've spent a pretty decent amount of time with it so far. So yeah, it's good and unoppressive as it relates to mobile games. So.
Nice. Okay.
But yeah, that's it. I'll let you guys go because I know you've got more important stuff to talk about.
More important. I'm trying to figure out why the line for you guys is so low and I'm so loud.
Don't know.
Give me.
Oh yeah, y'all.
If I'm being quiet right now, that's the first time anyone has ever accused me of talking quietly.
Likewise, I get told I'm loud all the time. Like I always feel like I'm yelling when I'm talking.
Well, no. I'm not talking about in Discord. I'm referring to the Audacity waves. I'm much higher on my end. Maybe I'm not.
Oh,
I don't know. Give me 2 seconds. All right, technical difficulties aside, I'm just gonna go with it. We'll move on to Terrence to talk about what you're talking about.
Okay, so, well, I'm gonna start with Saints Row because I've been playing Saints Row, and I'm going to review it, so this I'm going to go in more in depth, but it's Saints Row. Like I don't know if it deserves as much I don't know, hate or whatever that it's kind of been getting. Like, yeah, I've had some bugs. Like, I think you even had this issue too. Like in the character creator, like I picked the category, and then at some point it just stopped responding to anything. I couldn't move. Like I couldn't press A. I couldn't cancel. Like I'm like, okay, so I had to turn it off and start over. And then maybe some weird open world bugs that you see, cars that teleport in and stuff like that. But it's nothing crazy. Like content wise, it's Saints Row. I feel like it's a good mix of 2 and 3. So where 1 and 2 were more trying to be serious, like, well, I think more so the first one, but trying to be Grand Theft Auto, just in a different environment or different stuff with the gang warfare and everything. But then when they got to the third, when they went to add more absurdity, I think this one is a good balance of both. Like I'm not sure what people were expecting, but yeah, like I know you played it for a little bit. What'd you?
Yeah, I think my biggest problem with Saints Row is that, like, there are a lot of bugs, there's a lot of weird, like, I will never go on a mission without something fucking being weird, whether or not it's just funny or if it's, like, game breaking is kind of like rolling the dice. But even when I get past that, like, I don't know that it's like it feels like a 360 game. And I'm just like, even if this thing was perfectly fine, bugs, glitches, all that stuff, like, would it really be as interesting as Saints Row has been in the past, or hell, as an open world game has been since, I don't know, the Xbox One, PlayStation 4 era, let alone we're in the next generation, and like, what does this game do that other games have not done? And as far as I can tell, it's nothing. Like,
true.
It's just,
yeah, it's.
I don't like the characters either. I'm sorry.
Well, you know what? You have to apologize. I only like me, like my boss character who I made. I used a British, so she's British. I really only like her, but I get what you're saying, because it is very samey. Like when I've, like, all the missions that I've played so far, because I've just kind of been going through the story since I have to review it, and I've just kind of been dabbling in the side stuff. But steal a tank or whatever else, or where you had to escort the cars and stuff like that. Like all of the missions we've done before in other stuff. And then the guns in this, that's really high on my list of issues. The guns, I have yet to find a gun that feels good. Like they all have a super wide spread, and I don't know. From like the sense of humor aspect of it, like it's like I'm cool, but like, yeah, the saming, it hasn't done anything new. Like, I mean, it's for a reboot, it's just kind of, they just mixed, like I said, the second one and third one. It was like, where'd you go?
Yeah, but they took away all of the, like, I don't want to say it's not wacky, because it's certainly wacky, but it's not like 3 levels of wacky. Hell, it's barely 2 levels of wacky.
Oh yeah, it's not. Yeah, they didn't lean too far into that, and I almost feel like it's because I think maybe they felt like people, because GTA Online has dominated the sales and GTA 5 in general forever, maybe they felt like, well, obviously that's what people want, so we should kind of tone it down, but we can't totally lose that Saints sense of humor.
But I mean, that was the whole thing that separated Saints Row from Grand Theft Auto in the first place. Exactly.
Then you lose the thing that made you. And I think from that aspect, I think is where a lot of I understand a lot of the hate is coming from. That it doesn't have a lot of the signature that made it, Saints Row. I mean, but it's not horrible. Like, I'm not hating it. But anyways, I'm gonna write a review about it.
No, it's not a bad video game. It's just a game that I don't know how much I care.
Like I said, I'm just going through the story stuff. Like I'm not even really messing with the sad stuff for real. I'm just like, well, okay.
Yeah, so, yeah. I think that's my biggest problem with it, is that I just don't know that I care a whole lot.
I got it. Outside of that, oh my God, SD Gundam Battle Alliance. that title, I know that title. And then when you mentioned it, I was like, I never even thought that standard definition, but now that's all I hear when I see it. It's like, oh, playing the
Standard definition Gundam. Yeah, that's what it is.
It's really good. I didn't realize how many. Again, I'm gonna review this one as well, but I didn't realize how many mobile suits it has in that game. From oh my god, from the original series all the way to the MS-08, which I don't even know if y'all watch Gundam. I don't think you do, but
I think I watched Gundam Wing back in the day, and that was like the extent.
That's what got me into it. I think because it was on like Toonami, and I think people already that's what we saw. But that's where I got into the world of Gundam, and then I found out about all the other stuff. But yeah, I mean, I dig it. And then especially as an Xbox fan, we don't get a lot of the Gundam.
Has there been a Gundam game on the Xbox before this one? Like the Xbox One, Xbox Series X?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
This is the first one. Yeah, because they have the online one on PlayStation that was on PS4. And then they made it, converted it over to PS5, and then they had the one that I reviewed on PS5. But yeah, this is the first one on Xbox in forever since the 360. So, please buy it so we get some more. Besides those two, I've been messing around in Rumbleverse some more, which I'm just going to uninstall because I played 60 matches and I've won once. And I'm like, clearly I'm not good at this game, so I'm just going to stop being fodder for everybody.
Wow, that's a bad ratio.
Right? I know. So I'm like, I'm done. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. I'm not. You're not supposed to be good at everything, right? So it's all right. And then that's pretty much it. I mean, I reinstalled The Witcher so that I can play Hearts of Stone because Ryan made me feel bad. So I gotta
peer pressure, man.
That's right.
Peer pressure. Yeah.
You better.
And then I had to. I'm going to. Like I said, it's installed.
So let me just say, Hearts of Stone, that quest might be the best quest in the entire game.
Wow.
And it's DLC. It's just the characters are tremendous, the story is tremendous, the settings are tremendous. It's that's why I asked specifically if you had played that one, because that's one where if you just leave it sit, you're really leaving one of the best quests in the entire game on the shelf.
Okay. Yeah. All right. See, I have heard people talk about the I don't remember the vampire expansion. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, Wine and Blood.
Wine and Blood. That
Blood and Wine.
Praise that one. Yeah, like that. But I hadn't heard the Hearts of Stone one is like that. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
Right on. So yeah, I'm gonna get to that, and then I tabled Death Stranding for a little bit because I have these review games, and it makes me sad that I have to table it. But I don't know if I'm ever going to get off of episode 3 because I've literally just been building this road. Like, I feel like you could stay in this game forever just building this road out. So yeah, I'm gonna have to actually progress in that. But yeah, outside of that, that's all I got.
Oh, Death Stranding. How you have irritated me to no end with the games, the Game Pass version of that game.
Or is it still not working for you?
I deleted it at this point. I'm just done.
Oh.
I loaded it up. Like, everything runs fine. I go through the menus. I've got a 2070 RTX, so I should be able to run this fine. I think it runs on like a 1070.
Yeah.
And like, I boot it up. I go through the menus. I even turned the settings all the way down. I'm like, maybe there's just something fucky going on here. And I'll get into the game, and it's that first scene where you're just standing on the mountaintop, and like, it'll move 2 frames a second, and then it'll freeze. And then it'll move 2 frames a second, and then it'll freeze. And I'm like, fucking PC games, man. I am just done. Ugh.
Yep. That's why, part of the reason why I stopped with the PC gaming, because the ease of use for console at this stage in my life, I should say, is so much, easier. Like, I install a game, it's going to work. You know what I mean? Maybe you need a patch or something, but I don't have to go upgrade my video card and throw a stick of RAM in here so I can get the minimum spec, So, yeah, I feel it.
Wow. That's what people on Twitter are like, oh, you have the worst luck with video games. I'm like, well, I booted up on my PlayStation and it just works.
Right.
Like, I downloaded a new GeForce driver, and then I changed my settings, and then I did this, and I did that, and 2 hours later, I never even played the fucking video game. Like, nah, I'm good. Anyway.
You like doing that with RetroArch, but not with the main games that you want to play.
Well, I mean, with RetroArch, I'm only going to play the game for 2 minutes, so.
Yeah, right.
Man, that
wasn't
true.
a criticism. I'm the same way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just because I've spent forever trying to get something to work on the Steam Deck and then end up playing it for a second and be like, oh, that was fun, and turning it off.
Yeah.
And then, wow.
Yeah, that's how video.
It's a difference in intent. I think most of the time when my intent when I sit down with RetroArch is really just to tinker.
100%. Yeah.
So once the tinkering part of my brain, once that itch gets scratched, I'm good.
Yeah.
Whereas if I were going to sit down and play like a console game on a PC and it didn't work, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, that's exactly the same way. I'm exactly the same way. Like, I'm not booting up RetroArch to dive deep into something. I'm booting it up so I can, like, check this game out that I heard somebody mention on a podcast for 2 seconds. Oh, can I apply this filter to it? Cool.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, I got frustrated with Death Stranding. Alright, this audio is still driving me crazy, but I'm going to try to push through it. I still don't know why I'm so much louder than everybody else. So if you're listening to the show and that's the case, I apologize. But I'm just going to move through it and maybe try to fix it once we're done. But, couple things. So I had 3 embargoes.
We're a very professional podcast, 700 episodes in.
I mean, I know, right? You know what? Fuck it. Give me a second. Alright, you know what? I'm done messing with the audio. I'll deal with it later. Close that, and I'm gonna pull up. So, yeah, I had a bunch of embargoes that I was playing around with. I still got one left. The first one lifted on Friday, which was Destroy All Humans 2. Reprobed. That is a good... So here's the funny thing. That game is a lot like Saints Row. It feels like an Xbox 360 open world game, but that's because it is an Xbox 360 open world game. Yeah. I actually think it's better than Saints Row, as far as the open world stuff goes. They cleaned it up really nice. Like, it looks really good. There's a reason why it is only Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, and PC. It's not on anything else. Like, it's really sharp. The humor hasn't aged particularly well, you know, from that era. Some of it's kind of rough. They even put a warning at the beginning of the game saying, hey, you know, this was a game made in, 2007 or some shit. I don't remember. So.
Wow, really?
I mean, it's an old game. I don't know if it's that old.
Well, yeah, I didn't remember the humor being that, you know.
I mean, the world has changed, you know.
Well, that's true, actually. You're very right. Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so, like, things got a little different. This came out in October of 2006, so.
Oh, wow, okay, yeah, we're at a different place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but no, it's really good. The co-op is fun, but it's only local, and it's only 2-player. But no, it's really good. I think I gave it like a 7.5. It's pretty good. The other embargo, my review is not actually live when we're recording this, but it will be live because it's the one I was bitching at on Twitter about, you know, why the fuck do we have a 3 a.m. embargo for a video game? And like PR people were tweeting at me saying like, well, it's because of regions. I'm like, yeah, but why not just do it? Like, you're literally letting me post the review on the day before the game comes out, so why not just do it like during the day before the game comes out? But it's the Cowabunga collection. I gave it a 9. It's very good. It's very, very good.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's got like the watch mode where you can just jump in anywhere and play is awesome. basically everything about this is good. Like, going through the museum is incredible. Seeing the high-res scans of the box art, the design documents where they like the original design documents from Konami of Japan. Listening to all the soundtracks, playing through the games. Like, each game has the ability to let you enhance it. So, for example, like in the arcade games, you can like level skip. You can also turn on invincibility in some of them. On the old NES games, you can remove the flicker. You can actually like reduce the slowdown. My only complaint about the enhancements is that you can only set them before you go into the game. You can't change them once you're in the game. I'm assuming it's because like however they run the ROM when they load it, like they would have to reload it to do it again. It's got rewind, it's got save states, basically everything you expect. It's got some CRT filters for the graphics. But it's just, there's just so much in this collection, and it's so well done. And having not only just like the original NES games, but the full arcade versions of TMNT and Turtles in Time, plus things, really weird things like they actually updated the tournament fighters, so like you could play as the boss characters from the Super Nintendo version. Unfortunately, the online was not live for the review, so I was not able to test the actual like online play for like rollback and stuff. But I'm assuming it's going to be fine. And also, I have no idea what the achievements are because they're not live yet, so I have no idea. But no, that is, if you have even an inkling of nostalgia for those games, you should definitely pick that thing up tomorrow. Or, yeah, I think it'll be Tuesday that it's out. So, yeah, pick that up tomorrow.
I feel like I was selling that short. I thought that collection was just the fighting games that were on Super Nintendo and stuff that they added online. But then you were talking about the NES game. So what is it, every Turtle game?
Pretty much all three Game Boy games, the NES Turtle game, the Super Nintendo and Genesis versions of the arcade game, all three versions of Tournament Fighters. It's 13 games, I think, with also the Japanese versions of every one of them.
Damn, okay. What? Yeah. And that's $39.99?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
All right. Yeah, I thought it was just the fighting games, and they added like on where you could play online and stuff. Yeah, I was selling it completely. I'm even more excited. All right.
Konami doesn't make video games anymore, but they make the best collections.
Yeah.
I mean, between this, Castlevania Advance, and the Contra collection, that's some nostalgia right there. Alright, I played other stuff. I booted up Little League World Series. I haven't played a bunch of it yet. What I played of it, I was like, why does this exist when Super Mega Baseball exists? But I guess if you're a hardcore fan of the Little League World Series, then that's why it exists. I don't know. Pac-Man World Repack. That's a remake of Pac-Man World. I mean, it's fine. I don't know what else to say about Pac-Man. If you played Pac-Man World, you've kind of played Pac-Man World Repack. It's a few quality of life things going on there that are pretty cool. Man, I played so many fucking video games. I didn't even get time to go through the indie games this week. Like, I played a couple of them. I think I can talk about, so I'm playing Game Type DX. If you haven't played that yet, it was an old Xbox Live indie game. And what's cool about this reissue that they're putting out is like they basically emulate the Xbox 360 dashboard, which is part of the game. And the idea is the joke about the game was that it was built to kind of exploit. If you remember the 360, navigating to video games was kind of a pain in the ass on that last iteration of the dashboard.
Yeah.
So the first part of this game is they make you try to find where the game is on a fake Xbox 360 dashboard. Like, that's part of the game.
Nice.
And okay. I was chuckling the whole time. I was like, I know exactly where to go because I've used it so much, but I think it's hilarious how many people will boot this up and be like, I have no idea how to play the fucking video game.
Right.
So, But once you get into the game itself, it's a pretty cool bullet hell shmup with some neat mechanics. Like when you kill things and they drop items, if you stop shooting, they'll automatically come to you. But at the same time, if you stop shooting, then you've got to be dodging all the bullets. So it's kind of like a push and pull cool mechanic on it. The rest of the indie games I didn't play enough of to talk much about. At least I don't think. I played Hidden Shapes, Black Skull, and Old West, which is literally just like rotating lines to make a picture. It's just like, okay, what the fuck am I doing?
Okay.
It's such a weird thing to be a video game. And it's literally a black background with white lines. Like there's no color to the pictures.
Why? Okay.
But you know, I ain't gonna lie, I played like 5 of them puzzles. I was kind of digging it. The last embargo that I have, I can't talk about till next week, because the embargo's up on Wednesday for Last of Us. I can't talk about that till next week. Alright, I think this is the last game. I may be wrong. There's too many video games. Soul Hackers 2. I think I played that the most this week, and I think I kind of love it.
Oh, wow.
I don't know that I've ever played. I didn't play the first Soul Hackers, and I don't know that I've ever played a Devil Summoner type game. Like I've played Persona a couple times, but I don't think I've ever played Soul Hackers. So Soul Hackers is your pretty standard Atlas JRPG. Very colorful, very stylized, like the character art, like you look at it and you know it's from that team. Like it's very similar to like Catherine and Persona and, you know, those kind of games. Like you're used to seeing that kind of art style. The hook in this game is that you've got these demons that you can summon, and I'm sure you've heard people talk about it, like when you run into these demons on, like in the dungeons, you can convince them to join your party. And then, like, you can assign one of them to each one of your characters. So when you assign one of them to your characters, the way it works in combat is that when you go into the battle, it's turn-based, looks very much like a Persona game, you've got your different options. Every enemy has, like, a weakness, and the weakness is going to be based on the different types of attacks that you can do. So, like, lightning attack, or piercing attack, or poison attack. And when you discover the actual weakness to them, if you attack them with it, it'll do a demon stack. And what this does is, like, as your party attacks, you'll stack this ultimate attack afterwards. So if you hit them with one of their weaknesses, you'll stack that demon. But if you don't, then it's just a normal attack. Then once all of your turns are finished, then, like, the main character, Ringo, will automatically just summon all of the demons to do, like, this ultimate attack. And it's a pretty cool little thing. And then each of the demons will also level up and give your character different abilities. So, like, you'll be able to heal your teammates, or you'll be able to do other things. There's a lot of dialogue in it. A lot of conversation stuff. There's even soul links between the characters. There's definitely like a weird story going on here where your main character is not human, and what she does is she uses these what they call a soul hack in order to bring somebody back from the dead. Like, that's how that works. And then once you get your party all together, it turns out that, you know, it's messed her up. So then you have to go into their minds, kind of like doing Normandy missions for the characters, to go through and kind of build a bond. And the way it's a dungeon crawler, so it's very much like go into a dungeon, clear the floor, go down to the next floor. It gets harder as it goes. The closer you are with the person, the deeper you can go into their mind dungeon. But no, I'm about, like, I know I've not even scratched the surface of this game. I think I'm like 3.5 hours into it, but I absolutely love it. I think it's really fun. It's taking me back to some old school JRPGs. And like Terrence, you were talking about earlier, this is the first time the series has been on Xbox in fucking 15 years. So it felt really good to be playing one of these games on the Xbox. So really made me want Catherine to be ported to the Xbox because I fucking love that game.
Was it not? Is it not on the Xbox?
It was on 360, but that new port, that full body port, was never ported to Xbox.
Oh, I thought that did come there. Okay.
No.
Yeah, I played it on 360, but yeah, all right.
Yeah, they released what's called full body, and it added another character, another Catherine, and it was on Switch and PS5, but it was never on Xbox. Which sucks, because I fucking love Catherine. I beat the shit out of that game. I remember having...
I don't think I beat it. That game was weird, though.
That game was hard towards the end.
It was very hard.
But I loved having the conversations in the bar about the alcohol and all this. Like, that game was just so good. I miss that game. And crazy enough, I didn't play Overwatch until yesterday. And then I played it, and I felt badass because I like won 9 out of my first 10 games and then lost like 14 out of my last 15.
Ouch.
I might have got a little tilted.
Just a little.
I don't know, man. When I get pissed in that game, like that diamond was on tank, so my tank roll was diamond. I was like, all right, there's like 5 days left in the season. I'm about 200 SR away from diamonding my healer. I'm like, I'm gonna try to do that. I was at like 28-20 or something. I started playing. I won all those games. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna do it. And then I got tilted. Now I'm back down to like 2,600, and I'm just like, you know what? There's only 3 days left in the season. I don't think I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, just wait. Just wait the next season. That's fine.
But I don't know how the season's gonna work. So the season ends on Tuesday, and then we still got a month before the game comes out. Like, they're not gonna start season 36 before
Probably not.
Overwatch 2 comes out, which doesn't make any sense because they don't usually leave the game without a season.
Well, couldn't they just make this like well, I guess that would make sense because it's not going to be the same game. I was going to say they could do it like a preseason, but it's not going to be in this game, right?
Yeah, I don't know how
Overwatch 2.
I don't know how it's going to work. Like, what are we going to do? Like, is there not going to be any comp for the next month? Are we just going to play quick play for like 30 days?
They would have announced that though. Like, wouldn't they have told y'all? Especially for like people like you that maybe this would be. I mean, you might be jonesing to play some comp. You know what I mean? Now you got to wait a whole.
Well, the icon's already in there. So like every season you participate in, you could get like a spray, and the spray is already in the game. Like it's Genji Sword, season 36. I'm like, well, are we having a season 36? I don't know. Anyway. I think that's all I played. I did boot up, like we were talking about earlier, we did boot up some RetroArch. I got a game for you to try if you have TurboGrafx games. It's called Summer Assault.
Okay.
You're basically a slinky.
Okay.
And you shoot different It's a weird fucking game. I don't even know how to describe it, but you should check it out.
Interesting.
Slinky?
Okay.
Slinky.
All right.
And also that video I put in the chat last night was another game I discovered. So I was checking through the Sega CD library. I found this game called Ultraverse Prime. And the theme song for the title screen is one of the greatest things you will ever listen to. It's so good. Just listen to that shit. Anyway. No, that's it. That's all I'm playing that I can tell you about. I think there are other things that I've played that I can't tell you about.
Yeah, me too, because I was going to overtly, but I decided no. So, yeah, I can't talk about it yet.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about it. So, yeah, this is this week. Holy shit. Let's talk about what's coming out this week. Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5. This is a long list, and it's not usually for those two. We got Aliens, Fireteam Elite, Pathogen expansion, Back for Blood, Children of the Worm expansion, Destroy All Humans 2, Reprobed, F1 Manager 2022, Immortality, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Cowabunga Collection, Tinykin, Fairy Elements, Onsen Master, The Mysteries of Rango Togawa Murder on the Marine Express, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, All-Star Battle R, Lego Brawls, The Ascent, which I'm assuming is a physical or something, and then Train Sim World 3 Deluxe Edition. Also not mentioned here for some weird reason is the Zero Time Dilemma game is dropping on Xbox this week. So, PlayStation 5 is pretty much a lot of the same stuff. Yeah, I don't see anything different on here. Oh, Dusk Diver 2 is out this week for PlayStation 5. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. A lot of the same stuff. Also, Inscription is coming to PlayStation this week. As this
that card game?
Yeah, like I don't know how to describe
one?
that. Yeah, Anthony and Drew have both played it, so they would be better to describe it than I have not played it.
Gotcha.
Commandos 3 HD Remaster. Phantasy Star Online 2 and New Genesis are making their way to PlayStation. Chinso Club. Bus Simulator 21. Made in Abyss, Binary Star, Falling into Darkness, and Super Bullet Break. I like how we mentioned that like the Lego version of Smash Brothers is out this week and nobody cares. It's crazy.
Lego Brawl.
Yep. Out this week.
I played it on, and I think it's just the same thing because it's funny because I was looking at it on the Xbox, Apple Arcade. Because I have like the little family thing for my kids, so I mess with the arcade games on there. But that game was on there, so I think the console versions will cross platform with the handheld version. Because like even the menus and stuff look the same, which is not a bad game. I mean, the matches are pretty quick. I mean, you make your Lego person, you pick up some stuff, you run through and kind of beat each other up. Like it's not bad. I don't know how much. It's like $39.99 or something.
Whew, that's kind of steep.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay that. I mean, you got a phone, play it on Apple Arch. You can play it on the Apple TV. Just hook up your controller. You can play it on your TV. So yeah.
I keep wanting to subscribe to that so I can play that kart racer with the Family Guy people in it.
That one is fun.
Yep. I know. I want to play that. I wish it was somewhere else, but it's not. But I just don't know that I want to add $5 more to my Apple suite. Because if at that point I might as well do Apple One, because I already have TV and music. So like,
right.
Just
that's why I did it.
Yeah.
Because
I just don't know, man. I just don't know that I need it. I look at Apple Arcade and I'm like, there's like one game every 6 months that I would try out. You know.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of stuff. But you know what though? Your son is young. Like all my kids are teenagers. So, and everybody has Apple stuff and everybody ran out of cloud space because we're all like on the family thing. So I'm like, well shoot, I got it. So I had to get the Apple storage, which was in the Apple One. And I was like, well, I'm like one away. So we'll just do this. And it was just more cost effective for me to do that. So yeah.
No, I totally get that. Unfortunately, I'm the only, like my wife has an Apple phone, but my son doesn't have a phone, and the rest of the streaming in the house is all Roku. Like Apple TV is only in my office. So.
Gotcha.
All right, Xbox One, mostly the same stuff. Oh, there it is. Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma. Must just be native Xbox One. That's why it's on this list and not the series list. Also, Food Truck Tycoon and 1.0 of Ooblets is finally out this week.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
Wow, I'll have to tell my wife. Okay.
A bunch of games are coming out of game previews. So, like, I saw Second Extinction is going 1.0 in October. Grounded is going 1.0 in September. And I guess Ooblets is this week. So there you go.
Nice.
Lots of games finally coming out. All right. Nintendo Switch. Fuck, I gotta click into this because there's so many games. Nintendo Switch, a lot of the same stuff that I've already mentioned, but also Prinny presents NIS Classics Volume 3, La Pucelle, Ragnarok, and Rhapsody, A Musical Adventure.
Wow.
It's a mouthful.
That's a hefty title.
Indeed it is. Robbie's Adventure. That's not a hefty title, but, maybe it is to Robbie. I don't know.
Maybe it is to Robbie. Yeah.
United Assault Normandy 44.
Gee, I wonder what that's about.
I don't know. I want to know what this is about, because I don't even know that I can pronounce this. It's the number 2, Weinstein, The Curse of the Red Dragon 3, Wronger Pirates.
What are these
so
titles?
So you know pirates, right? These are just like them, but wronger.
But it's not even spelled with a W. I gotta look this game up. Hold on.
Well, that's because they're so wrong.
Dude.
You know
They
what?
can't even
It tracks.
spell anything right.
Dude.
Yeah, that tracks.
This is the game. Now you see why I can't pronounce it. 2 Weinstein, The Curse of the Red Dragon, Wronger Pirates.
What?
I want to
okay.
see a screenshot. Oh my god, that looks
I have
terrible.
to say, if you asked me, I would say that nothing looks wronger than this.
God damn it. Anno Mutationum, Chess Brain, Dark Troops, City Wars.
Chess Brain? Is that what you said?
Chess Brain, Dark Troops. That's what it's called.
Okay.
City Wars, Tokyo Rain, Draw Rider Remake, Easy Red 2, Gerda, A Flame in Winter, Golazzo 2, Here Comes Nico, Murder on the Marine Express, On Semester Ooblets, Project Snack, SNAQE, Restless Soul. Hey everybody, Bug Snacks is coming to the Switch this week.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. I played it on the Xbox when they put it on Game Pass, and I was like, yep, that's still Bug Snacks. Moving on. Omega Bot, Space Invaders Forever Special Edition, Space Tanks, Super Bullet Break, and Super Sunny Island. Any of those could be very horny, but I don't know. And that's all your games out this week. News. Candy Crush showed up on the Xbox app last night under the Game Pass tab.
Weird.
Yeah, because that stuff shouldn't be going through until the deal goes
Next
through.
year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder why it showed up last night. I don't know. Square has announced that their Embracer announced that their deal with Square for their Western studios has closed, which now means we can get, that Legacy of Kain collection. Let's go.
Yep. Let's do it.
Oh, please.
Speaking of weird games that are coming back, this game tried to come back once, and it wasn't very good. We'll see how this one works out. Fear Effect Reinvented was announced.
I must have missed that.
Fear Effect is coming back. The only thing, there was a trailer, and then the person making it said, it's coming sooner than you think. So,
I didn't think it was coming at all. So that means it could be
Right.
Well, that's all.
at any point.
That's clearly sooner than you thought, then.
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly.
Need for Speed has been delayed to December, according to Jeff Grubb. The debut should be coming in a couple weeks.
What is this trend of a game that's supposed to come out in a couple months and then they show it just literally 2 months before it comes out? Because we haven't seen anything from that Need for Speed, have we?
Nope. EA hasn't even
not that
officially.
I'm aware of.
Yeah, they haven't even officially announced it. But there was a video of it online this week in accordance with. And that's what prompted people to ask Grubb about it, and he said, "Yeah, it's probably out in December. It was supposed to be shown at Gamescom, and it got delayed a couple weeks." So.
Huh. I wondered why. Okay.
Speaking of EA, this is also a Grubb rumor. EA is partnering with Koei Tecmo for a new IP. That's a weird partnership.
It's a weird partnership.
Yeah, it's like the Activision Sekiro partnership.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, but does EA have a Soulsborne type game?
Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do. Okay,
Yep.
all right, cool. Because I was going to say maybe they're trying to jump on since that's what Koei Tecmo seems to do now.
That's their next game, right? Team Ninja's next game, Wolong Fallen Dynasty. That's the one coming to
Yeah.
Xbox and
Yep.
PlayStation next year. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the Neo like.
yeah. I actually want to play that though. That's how they get you. Because I don't like how slow the combat is. Like I like fast combat, and I don't know. Go ahead. Sorry.
Saving the big stuff for last. According to Stephen Totillo, he has spoken to a bunch of the WB developers, and they're all saying that they feel like they're safe right now. So nobody's selling any of the WB properties currently. But WB's also burning the Batgirl footage, so who knows?
Right.
Wild Arms and Shadow Hearts creators announced spiritual successors to both franchises. The games are called Armed Fantasia and Penny Blood. So, if you were a fan of those two PS2 era JRPGs, they are coming back via Kickstarter.
They look good too. I watched the thing last night, and I probably will back them more for the Wild Arms one than the other one. I don't think I actually played the other franchise.
Shadow Hearts is
Heart.
really good. It's
Oh,
really
okay.
good.
Well, all right then.
You should play those. There was a blog post this week about The Last of Us accessibility features, and I just wanted to mention this one. It's so cool. The DualSense will actually convey the emotion of the line delivery based on like movement in the controller for people who are hard of hearing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
That is very cool.
The accessibility features on that game are unreal. Truly unreal. There are tons of rumors floating around about events happening in September. Sony is likely... So I saw yesterday that there's supposedly a Bloodborne announcement on August 30th, which I'm assuming is going to coincide with Sony's event in September. Who knows? Most likely the PSVR 2 announcement will be announced at this event, which it's already been announced globally. It's going to be early 2023. And also Nintendo is gearing up for an event where both people that do the Game Mess podcast have heard from various sources that that's where they're going to announce Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD, and Metroid Prime HD for release. I know Anthony's not here to balk at me for the Metroid Prime remake, so I'll just balk in his stead. Alright. Let's go ahead and talk about this one. I got two. One of them's obviously Gamescom. We'll go through the Gamescom stuff. But first I want to talk about how Sony decided that, you know what, fuck you, we're going to raise the price of the PS5 everywhere but the United States.
Yeah.
This has never happened.
No, it hasn't. It's unprecedented.
But
at the same time, as unprecedented as it is in our industry, they're following the trend of other big corporations that are raising the prices on everything right now.
True.
It's the as soon as anyone on television whispered the word inflation, a lot of these corporations decided that they could just jack the price of everything up and everybody blame it on inflation instead of them.
But why not the U.S.?
Huh? Oh, because they know that it'll go over like a lead balloon over here. Because in the U.S. they actually have a competitor.
Right.
Yeah.
That's because I think in all the places where they raised it, I think they're comfortably in the lead. I think in the U.S., yeah, like Ryan said, they have a competitor. So they're like, nah, we're going to have to be easy.
Yeah, it's the whole thing's bullshit. It's just such a weird,
like, I don't know if y'all
they
saw.
Actually justified it? Have they said why?
Yeah, there's a blog post. Yeah, there's a big blog post about it. Yeah.
Okay.
It was written by Jim Ryan. Shocker there.
Oh.
But like, I was seeing like legitimate fanboys like defend it.
Oh yeah, I got blocked
Yeah.
by a journalist.
Like, how do you
Delete this.
how do you defend this? Like,
This is, I swear to God, I don't understand the going to bat for corporations of our current sort of culture.
I don't
Like, there's so many people out there willing to completely just go apeshit on people online to protect some corporate entity that doesn't give a shit about them.
Not one.
Pass the
Piddle out of a
dollar
lineup.
signs next to your name.
Yeah, that's it. And these people ready to lay down their life for them and all of this. And I'm like, it was never this serious. What? What?
Yeah. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. I don't even know. I don't understand how our allegiance to corporate greed has gotten to this point, but
it is wild to say the least to hear people like, well, the price has gone up because it's a premium product.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a premium. Oh my God. Okay.
In light of this, both Microsoft and Nintendo have made a statement that they will not be raising prices.
Yeah.
Although Nintendo already
Okay.
got you when they released the OLED, they already increased the price of the Switch.
yeah,
So
right.
Right.
they just did it, you know.
Although, to be fair, they gave you better tech, too.
They did give you better tech. Like, I saw the best tweet I saw, and I want to give credit to, I think it was Yang Ye. He's like a voice actor. He's also a YouTuber. He said, you know, if you're going to raise the price, like, toss in, like, 3 months of PlayStation Plus. Or
Right.
toss in
Yeah.
a game. And also, I saw a really interesting take on this as well, was somebody said maybe Sony's already done this to us in the US by making the Horizon SKU like the lead SKU right now.
Yeah, which is $50 higher.
Yep. Because if you notice, it's very hard just to get a PlayStation 5. So they're pretty much making the one bundled with Horizon.
That's more expensive. Oh, wow. I
Yeah.
didn't even think about that. That
Yeah.
probably is it. So subtle. And wow.
Yeah, because they're so hard to get right now. If you find that Horizon bundle, you're just going to buy it.
You're going to buy it. Yeah.
So,
Yep. Interesting. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Sony, man, it's. We're getting back to them PS3 days, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Alright. It'll be very interesting for me to see how this pans out over time. Like, will this make a dent? Right now, it's so hard to make a dent in customer loyalty because PlayStation 5s and Series X's are so hard to get right now.
Yeah, I really don't think it will. I genuinely don't think it will. And the reason I say that is I know, again, it's a novel concept in video gaming, and the people on Twitter that follow the industry are upset about it, and rightfully so. But the reality is most of the general public, and not just, obviously this doesn't really affect the U.S. at this point, but all around the world is kind of used to corporations jacking prices up right now. That's
Yep.
the economic environment that we find ourselves in.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Alright. Gamescom stuff. Opening Night Live. I'm going to rattle through some of these games. Dune Awakening by the Conan Exiles developers. Okay. They lost me on that one when they called it a survival MMO.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't even know what that
intrigued.
means.
well,
Survival
yeah,
MMO?
Yeah, give me an example of a current survival MMO.
I mean, Conan is one.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of another one.
Oh, well,
Ark.
If,
I mean, I
if
guess you
Conan
could
is
say
one, then
Minecraft.
Ark.
Ark is
Oh
one.
yeah, Ark.
Ark
That's a
is
good
one.
point. Yeah. That's a good
I
point.
guess I wasn't looking
it
at
depends
those
on your
as
definition
MMOs.
of massively multiplayer, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's where I was at because I wasn't looking at that as an MMO. Survival, yes, but But
Well, I
guess
mean,
it
they
would be
have
an MMO
servers.
because it is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It would be
Yeah.
an MMO because it is a gigantic server. So yeah.
As Terrence so eloquently put it on Twitter, all 10 Lords of the Fallen fans are excited because they announced a sequel.
God. That
Yeah.
and I really mean no offense to anybody who loved those games, and that's good. Just the way Jeff set that up, he was like, "Oh man, we got a sequel we've all been waiting for," and I said it. I sat forward in my chair because I'm like, "Oh shoot, this is gonna be something good," and then I was like, "Oh,
It's the Lords of the Fallen.
God, I don't like Keeley." Anyway,
New Tales from the Borderlands is announced to be coming in October. Sonic Frontiers was also confirmed to be out in November 8th, I believe. For some
you like what
reason,
you saw of that?
I mean, yeah, it's fine. It's Sonic. It's 3D Sonic. It's never going to be great. I mean,
Yeah, that's what was kind of my vibe. I was like, I liked the adventure games. This actually will probably be the first 3D Sonic one, if I play this one, that I've played since the adventure. The last one was Sonic Adventure 2 on Dreamcast. I didn't play any of the other ones.
you should probably skip those other ones.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. For some reason, they're making a Killer Clowns from Outer Space game. I don't.
And it's not single player.
It's
multiplayer.
another one of those fucking
like Evil Dead and
symmetrical multiplayer games. Yeah.
Yeah, Dead by Daylight and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I think, is coming out like that too.
This one's the first 3v7 though. Go figure that math out.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Word Song is a new game from former Bethesda and Obsidian developers. It's a new studio called Something Wicked Games. Supposedly it's an occult RPG set in medieval Portugal.
Interesting.
Even though it was leaked, Dead Island 2 was shown and it'll be out in February 2023. I'll believe it when I see it. The Leslie Benzies game Everywhere, I don't even know what the fuck that was. Truly, I don't know what that was.
Oh yeah, I was confused about that too. That was actually one of the ones I meant to circle back and look up, but I clearly forgot about it. Is it an MMO? Is it
I don't know.
a metaverse?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, they
All
showed
right.
dudes driving off-road vehicles in one scene, and in another scene it was a single-player RPG. I was like, I don't know what's happening right now. Y'all trying to be Roblox, and Roblox doesn't exist.
Blocks. Yeah, that's what I was.
PlayStation announced a premium DualSense called the DualSense Edge. So, no price, no date. Who knows? Hopefully the battery lasts longer than 20 minutes. Callisto Protocol got a new trailer. Still says it's coming out in December. We'll see. Moving Out 2 was announced 2023. Hogwarts Legacy new trailer, which is also getting an exclusive PlayStation mission for, PlayStation folks. Dying Light 2 Bloody Ties expansion out on October 13th. Tortuga, a Pirate's Tale adventure. Marauders, early access October 2022. Destiny 2 Lightfall cinematic was shown off. Quantic Dream announced another game called Under the Waves. Goat Simulator 3 received a gameplay trailer. It's out on November 17th. Return to Monkey Island is out actually in 3 weeks on September 19th for the Nintendo Switch. Unknown Worlds and Brandon Sanderson unveiled Moonbreaker, a new sci-fi video game inspired by turn-based... I must have zoned out. I don't even remember this. This must have been my bathroom break.
I actually am interested in this. It's a miniatures game that plays like a tactical RPG, but it has a full suite of tools where you can paint miniatures doing dry brushing and stuff. I don't know if y'all know about that, but like I actually
Yeah.
got into that stuff last year. Like I have a whole like set now that I paint and stuff. So like I actually was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like I'm actually kind of excited.
Neat
for that.
idea.
Yeah.
For sure.
I must have still been in the bathroom because the next game on this list is Friends versus Friends, is a card-based shooter.
You say car-based or
Card.
Hard. Yeah,
Wow.
I saw this one. I wasn't in the bathroom. It's as weird as it sounds. So like, I guess that's the new trend, having everything being card based, but it's a first person shooter that you run around with, but you have like abilities and stuff that you play as a deck of cards. So maybe you have a rocket launcher, you play that and now you're shooting a rocket launcher at someone, or maybe you have, something that puts up a shield. It puts down a shield in front of you or whatever. So it just is an extra wrinkle, I guess, on a first person shooter. I don't know. It looked okay. I probably won't play it. It's more than for me, but whatever.
Pinocchio Souls. Souls like Lies of P got a new trailer, confirmed to be coming to Game Pass day one in 2023. That's the game everybody
Also,
on
the
Twitter.
PlayStation's. Go ahead.
I was just saying, this is the game everybody on Twitter was talking about, was Pinocchio Souls.
Yep. Yeah, that was definitely the one that I think got the most attention of the show.
I'm glad it's on Game Pass because, again, I'm tired of Soulsborns, but I do, because it looks like the combat might be fast in that, but I am going to.
Looks like
Play
Bloodborne more than it looks like Souls.
See, and I didn't play Bloodborne. I've heard a lot about it. I know everybody.
It's my second
Loves it
favorite
and wants
Souls
to-
game behind Elden Ring. It's really good.
Okay.
And I don't
All right.
like Souls games, so
I was not a huge fan of Bloodborne.
yeah. You're more the Souls guy that's like the slower, methodical combat.
Yes.
And Bloodborne is very fast, and like it's not as much about parrying and blocking. It's more like get in there and be aggressive kind of game.
Oh wow, then I should have played Bloodborne then. Okay.
Yep.
Huh.
It should be on your PlayStation 5 Plus thingy bopper doohickey. I don't know.
Oh, the PP? Okay, yeah.
It was either on PP or it was on like. Remember when you bought a PS5 and you got like.
they gave it away. They gave it away on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, like it's also included in that big bunch of games they gave you when you bought a PS5.
Yeah. No, I don't know if it was from PlayStation Plus or from that, but yeah, I think it is on my my list of stuff. I just always skip over it because I'm like, no, but I didn't know it was fast. All right.
Yeah, it's very fast. Hammermont Games revealed Stranded Alien Dawn. I don't remember that at all. Sorry.
I don't either. Well,
Yeah, that one's like when you just say words, you could have made that up and I would have believed you. Focus Entertainment and Deck 13 unveil a new sci-fi IP called Atlas Fallen. The kicker on this one, I can't remember who I saw tweeted this, but like there was a highlight. Maybe it was you, Terrence. Said like it's not Souls-like.
yes, not. And I want this game. That looked so. Oh my god, yeah, I'm excited about that. And that's what put me over the edge because when I saw it, I was like, oh god, dang it, yeah, it's not. It is not a Souls-like.
Homeworld 3 got a new gameplay trailer. We got to look at Genshin Impact's 3.0 update. Then right after we got to see Honkai Star Rail, which is still a funny name to me. I don't know why that's a funny name to me. High on Life showed a new trailer, which looks really good.
Yeah, the first couple things that came out about High on Life, I was like, oh, that's pretty funny. And then saw a couple more clips and I'm like, oh yeah, that was pretty funny too. I feel like though, the more clips I see, the less funny they're getting. So I don't know. I'm still excited for it. But
I mean, it's Game Pass,
I feel like the more I see of the humor, the less funny it is to me.
Do you like Rick and
hopefully
Morty?
I'm wrong. I've never watched Rick and Morty.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very much Rick and Morty humor.
Yeah.
My only thing with games like that is, let me put it this way. Most of what we've seen from the game has been like the humor quip stuff. And the only thing I worry about in a game like that is that it starts to get overbearing after a while.
Yeah.
So I'll be curious to see how well metered out it is over the course of a long game, versus just, another quip every 30 seconds for 20 hours or however long it is. They're going to stop being funny pretty quick. So we'll see. I'm still looking forward to it because I think the game looks great, but the more I see of the humor, the less funny it is, which isn't a great sign to me, especially if they expect to carry that over 20 hours or however long the game is.
Yep. Hardspace Shipbreakers, PS5 and Series X ports got a September 20th release date. The Expanse got a dev diary. Game's out in summer of 2023. Age of Empires 4 is getting the Ottomans and the Malians. How do you say that? I don't want to mispronounce it. Malayans?
I do not know.
October 25th. Gotham Knights new trailer game got moved up to October 21st.
That's an example of a game that the more I see of it, the more I'm interested in it.
Yeah, that new trailer was really good.
At the beginning, I was not at all. Well, at the beginning, I was very interested in it, and then I saw the gameplay, and as weird as this sound, reminded me of a Batman version of Anthem, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know that I want this. But now, the more I've seen of it, the better it looks. So I'll check it out.
Yep,
I am the same way.
Where Winds Meet was revealed. I don't even know what that is. Hideo Kojima just trolled everybody and said, I got a podcast coming to Spotify on September 8th. Go listen.
Like, that's all he ever does at these shows anymore.
I know,
right?
Oh, shit. Park Beyond, whatever that is, got a new trailer, 2023. I don't remember that one. Then we had the Pokemon car, because why the fuck not? New trailer for Dark Tide, Warhammer 40K. New trailer for
that.
I'll play that.
I hope it's good. I really didn't care much for the Melee
Vermintide?
ones. Yeah, the Melee ones. Like, I don't know.
I like the Vermintide, but I like the 40K universe of Warhammer more than I like the fantasy version of it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like pumped on the Dark Tide one. Like I love like that Space Marine Space Marine 2 comes out. I think that's what it's called. Like I cannot wait.
Space Marine's the one I'm super excited for. I love that first Space Marine game.
I'm playing it now through this on my Steam Deck. It's so good.
If you're all into 40K, there's about 600 games on every console for Warhammer.
Yeah, but the quality of those is
quality. Yeah, they're not all good. There's more bad ones than good ones. That's the problem.
Yeah. New trailer for Baba Yaga game called Blacktail, which will launch this winter. Phantom Helicat, which I thought this game looked cool. It's a Nier-inspired action game coming to everything this fall. Apparently everybody in the world except for me got excited for Crossfire X new update. I don't know.
I downloaded it when I saw that because I was like, damn, this game is still around because I reviewed it. So I installed that and I played it. And you know what? It is way better than it was at launch. Am I going to play it long term? No. But they fixed a lot of stuff. So I give them credit for sticking to it. So yeah.
Stick it to them with Dickums. That's all I got. Outlast Trials closed beta October 28th.
Man, that looked wild, that trailer. I didn't play the other Outlast games. My nephew did, but that looked wild.
Yeah, no. Outlast is, some things. All right, a couple emails here. Blue Sky sends an email, and the email is just called PP. Because that's funny. Sorry, email dropped here. Okay, hello all, just curious. I know everyone is frothing at the mouth at good free games on Sony PP service, but are any of them kept if you cancel the service? I know the Xbox 360 games with gold you get to keep even when you cancel the service. The Xbox One games you keep in your library, but you can't play if you cancel Ultimate. But you can play those free Sony games if you cancel. If not, it really is no different than Game Pass. I guess the only difference is that it can't be removed from your library, but still, they aren't really free. No. The only games you get to keep for free are, Epic Games and 360 Games with Gold, which in a month and a half, that will be gone.
Yeah.
So, no. I mean, you don't get to keep the movies you watch on Netflix. So, I think the 360 games and the Epic Games stuff was just them being cool about it. And I don't know if you know this, but Sony's not really cool.
Nope. Not at all. God. Sony be like, fuck them fans. Like,
I'm surprised they didn't try to retroactively charge us an extra $50 for our PlayStation 5s at this point.
right?
Yeah, I get a bill in the mail.
Yeah, Sony's like, you owe us $50. For what? Because you bought your PlayStation before we raised the price.
We know where you live, too. Don't try to not pay us.
Yeah. Motherfucker, I registered your console. I know where you at. I got your IP address. He wanted to mention to Drew, who's not here, I see there's a new Paw Patrol game coming out on September 30th. Paw Patrol Grand Prix, coming out on everything. You getting it? You know you want to. Oh, Drew.
He's never going to live that down.
I mean, he shouldn't.
Guy. He was just trying to get the free game pass.
Never should have told us about that one.
No. That one.
Should have let that one go.
Yeah. Next email comes from Antonio. It's titled Saints 4G. Well, boys, it looks like we have witnessed the very last Saints Row game. They took away the over-the-top craziness and made it unrecognizable, generic game. They even changed the name of the auto mechanic shop, Rim Jobs, to Jim Robs.
Yeah.
Jim Robs. Oh. Nothing about this game makes sense. Baffling creative decisions all around. For example, clothing stores are basically nearly non-existent. 90% of the stores is just some person standing under a tent to make it feel like it was a last-second inclusion. I'm not invested in the story or characters at all. The game runs smooth for me, but there's pop-in galore, and it looks like an early PS4, Xbox One game. Agents of Mayhem came out in 2017, and you think you could make an argument that it looks better. Ouch.
I mean, Saints Row looks better than Agents of Mayhem. I give him that. But
I don't know, man.
What he said, really? I think the textures and stuff looks better than...
the textures maybe, but like the design, I don't know.
Well, I mean, okay, I thought we were like, yeah, okay. Yeah, he gotta hit the nail on the head, because this, like I said, I'm just going through the story missions. I don't know. It's a lot. It's very samey.
He says, the game reminds me of the South Park episode where Jimmy and his disabled friends joined the Crips without realizing what the Crips really were. I feel like I'm playing as the leader of a random group of people who don't have a clue about what it means to really be a saint.
Yeah, that was good. That was really fun. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know, man. Like, I love playing Saints Row. Like, as much as people shat on 4, I've replayed that game twice. I really like that game. I love 3. I liked 1. I thought 2 was really good. This game is just... Volition is not the same company it used to be. It really is not.
They don't seem to have adapted well.
I just wonder if it's even the same people. Like, is it even the same people? Like, if you go back and you think about all the games they've made in the past, they were always good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love the Red Faction games.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, every game they made was... If you go back even further before they changed their name, they're the ones that made, was it Descent Free Space?
Yep.
Yeah, like, that company made amazing games. I gotta look up Volition games. I just want to see their...
Track record?
Yes. So, games developed... Oh, where's my list? Yeah, they created Descent, Free Space, Red Faction, Summoner 2, The Punisher.
Yep. That was a great
One on
game.
Xbox?
Yeah, the
one
original
from-
Xbox.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a great game.
Yes.
Yep. That's this company, Descent 3, you know. And now we got this, and Agents of Mayhem, and it's like, this will be the first test to see if Embracer will put up with the bullshit. like Embracer's like, I don't know. Anyway, I got one tweet, and then we can get on out of here. Shogun says, so seriously, what's going on with Sony? Like, what is next after God of War? Going past the fanboys' rage, something's not right about this company's actions. It seemed like Sony is hurting for cash.
They're not hurting for cash. They're just trying to be greedy like everybody else. They're trying to get while the getting's good, is the way it seems.
Well, I mean, right now they could do whatever they want and people will still buy it. Like, there's no downside to what they're doing right now.
Yeah. Well, and they know that, and it's like you said, they're going back to them PS3 days because that was Sony at their cockiest. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're in a good position business wise, and I feel like they're just like, well, you know, whatever, we can get away with it.
Yeah. And the fact that you can't buy a PlayStation 5 and everybody wants one right now is not going to hurt them.
Nope. Like, it's all of it's on their side. Like, it's no. People will complain and outrage, but yeah, they'll still get them checks.
Oh, yeah.
They'll still sell those systems.
100%. They will sell out of every console they have right now. People will bitch about it online. I mean, we'll bitch about it because, you know, we're vocal about this stuff, but all three people sitting here right now have a fucking PlayStation 5.
Yep. Yeah, that's the truth.
Yep.
Like, it's, yeah.
So, it's not going to hurt them. There may be a little bit of somebody going into a store and being like, well, if I can get Game Pass and a Series S for $299, I'll do that. But that's not going to hurt Sony sales at all.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, if people were buying PlayStation 5s from friggin' scalpers for $800, they're going to pay an extra $50 to Sony.
yeah, Sony knows that too.
Right.
They're like,
Yeah, that's the problem.
y'all were paying $600, $700, $800 for a PS5. We might as well get in on this too.
Yep.
Yep.
And you're right. That's the problem. So they saw that, and that's why they know, oh, you'll be fine. Because if you're willing to pay that dude triple, you'll surely pay us $50 to get it at the store. So yeah.
Yeah.
And by the time they're available to just walk in the store and buy, Sony can drop the price back down.
Yep. And then they'll be a hero.
Yeah. They'll be like,
Man, they play the long con. That's
the God of War bundle, new price, $4.99. Woo!
Yep.
Then they'll be like, oh, Sony loves us. It's for the players.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Oh, internet. You're so funny.
This corporation loves me.
Yeah. I don't know how many
They love
times
your cash.
I don't know how many times we say it on this show, but I have bad news for you if you think Sony's going to fuck you.
Well, I mean, yeah, listen, they're going to fuck you.
Different kind, but
Just listen, the reality when it comes to anything that any corporation does, the only question you have to ask is it going to make the people that run the corporation more money? The answer is yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's what they're going to do.
Yeah. And Jim Ryan's good at it too. Like he sold us all that PlayStation PP and then gave us like 3 PS1 games and then said, "Fuck you ain't getting shit."
That's literally the only thing they exist for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Microsoft's not any different. I don't care how cool Phil Spencer is in interviews. He wants your money.
Yep.
Yeah.
They all want your money.
Absolutely. They all want it. Like, that's why I just don't understand being so, I can't even think of a word more extreme, but loyal to the one brand like that. They don't care about you as a person.
Not at all.
Want your check. Like,
Nah.
Yeah.
Jim Ryan would not piss on you if you were on fire.
no.
Just throwing that out there. Not unless you had some money in your wallet and he wanted to make sure that he could get it. Then he might piss on your wallet. But you, no. Anyway, that's all I got for this week. if you want to shoot us an email, it's podcast@ztgd.com. If you want to tweet at us, it's at N4G Podcast. Again, apologies if the audio on this is fucked up. I'm going to have to try to figure that out this week. Phoenix down. They finished Yakuza 5, and I think the next game is the Sinking City. So, the next step on that. If you want to follow us, I'm at ZTGD. Wombat's at WombatRP, and Terrence is at Lord Magnus on Twitter. You can also follow the site at ZTGD Content. And I know everybody's already checked out, so this is where I'm going to drop the big news. Because everybody turns this off as soon as I say, and that's all we got for this week. I lied, I don't have anything. Oh, I mean, big industry secret.
You're not an insider?
Dude, there are so many insiders on Twitter right now, I can't even keep track of them. I saw, you want to know the one I saw this week?
What?
Apple's buying PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, of course you missed it, because this, I'm using my finger quotes here, this insider, it has like 23 followers.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, that's just because it's a secret account, Ken.
Yeah.
They can't post inside information on their real account. It's got to be a fake one.
Yep. Although I did see that the snitch dropped on his Discord that a brand new IP is dropping day one into Game Pass. I'm like, dude, that's the worst snitch drop ever, because that happens all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, you know what? Because when I saw the Dune thing, I was like, oh my God, that's what that picture.
Yeah.
This is what that picture was. But I was trying to figure out how it all worked together. Like, because he reversed the image. And I don't know.
There had to be something about that Dune game that would have made sense, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah. But I was like, oh shoot, that's what wow, okay. Yeah.
Like I said, that dude hasn't missed yet, so I don't know what it is. It's hard telling. I don't even care anymore. I just want to play video games. There's so many of them to play.
Yes,
so.
That's all I want to do is play video games.
Yeah, and Game Pass is delivering me all kinds of shit to play, so I'm going to play that. I think the only game I have to buy this fall is Gotham. I think everything else is on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Unless I decide
God of War.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God of War.
Yeah.
If only Sony was as cool as Microsoft. You know, put first-party games on PP. Anyway, that's all I got for this week, so nobody has anything else. We'll get out of here. Where's Bertrand?
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.
Epic fail. Welcome to the N4G podcast. Oh, you can... It's me, Mario. Zero tolerance.
This is going to be a very interesting episode.
Gather time.
Greetings, programs. I got lost trying to find my way to the secret underground N4G Radio lair.
The Wombat.
I've always been being angry.
Killer Wolverine. Play games, not consoles. No fanboys allowed.
And then I killed the dragon. 8.0.